Often racing. HUMIDOR slow out about a length on the stand side. Great Expectations also just tucked off the first call. Let the Good Times roll with the blinkers down the centre. Red blinkers is very quick. Left-hand side, Risky Roscoe, black sleeves and cap. Mr. McSteamy in the purple silks a length off them. Panzer. Aldrich's in the yellow. Sister Cosmos. Great Expectations, the white cap. Look right. HUMIDOR, the course record holder, now starts to come forward. He's only a half a length off them. He's on the right-hand side. Sister Cosmos. Vardubois got about 4 to make up. Calling from the left-hand side, Mr. McSteamy at the 400. Let the Good Times roll. Aldrich. HUMIDOR's on the right. He's got a length to make up. Great Expectations looking for a way through. The white cap's going to have to come around. Then Vardubois. Let the Good Times roll inside the 250. Let's look to the outside. HUMIDOR, he's still got his 2 lengths to make up. Great Expectations. Let the Good Times roll. 100 metres to go. HUMIDOR starting to burn late with Great Expectations. HUMIDOR's lifting. The course record holder will get up in a brilliant display. Great Expectations. Let the Good Times roll. Anton Marcus has lifted HUMIDOR for a barrier speed victory. Well, he has drawn up the outside. He's usually got a lot of gate speed. He was down the middle. At the 200, he seemed to be going through the motions. But Anton Marcus gets his speed to lift. He comes bursting through late on. The connections will be jumping for joy. He wins a half a length. Great Expectations second. Let the Good Times roll. And then came Sister Cosmos. Anton Marcus has lifted HUMIDOR over the post. Embraziatic, downfield. 300 to go. HUMIDOR kept to the middle of the course. Anton Marcus asks him to run. Seems to hit a flat spot inside the 200. Let the Good Times roll. Does drift to the inside. Great Expectations. But the last 75, HUMIDOR now comes alive. Anton Marcus asking him for maximum for the Horsefields, the Cummings, Dietlifts, Potts, Ribbelins and Lileys. The Sanamiesk's approval. We know how good he is, and he's just showing it on the track. Back to the studio.
Well, number one, HUMIDOR has obliged. Number one, HUMIDOR has come through to win a gutsy race this afternoon, and obviously putting that last run behind him. And Tony will tell us a bit more about that run, which was obviously not his form and not being himself on the day. But he's now will read 6 starts, 4 wins and a place. That's what his record will say. And Tony, that last start, I don't know what went wrong, but he was obviously not the HUMIDOR we know.
Strangest thing, Dees, it was most probably the fittest he'd ever been going into a race, but he pulled up distressed. We had to hold him back at the course. He overheated, he didn't sweat well, and so also a little off. The problem with him is his soundness, so you're always sacrificing a little bit of fitness for soundness. And I must say, coming to this race today, I was concerned that he may just need this run, and I'm trying to get him ready for that Breeders' Day in 3 weeks' time. So this was a gallop for it. I'm pleased he came through well. I must compliment Anton. I thought it was a great ride. He read the race right. I was worried there'd be a bit of speed with let the Good Times roll, and there was one other we identified of having a lot of speed. He kept him away from all of them, held him up as long as he possibly could, and I thought it was a great effort. Obviously, well done to all my team. Terry loves this horse. He rides him a lot in the mornings. Well done to all the owners. It's all the Ian Dietlifs, Ian Horsefield, Arthur Potts, Mary Liley, Gary Cummings, and myself.
Well, it's nice to see this horse back to winning ways, Tony, and we'll keep an eye on him coming up on that Breeders' Race Day.
Thank you, Dees.
Well done, Tony Riverland. Anton not coming back. Mrs. Liley's here. Ian Horsefield is here. Come through, guys. Let's have a chat. These are the guys that have made their way to the races this afternoon. I think we'll ladies first, Ian, if you don't mind waiting, and we'll have a chat to Mrs. Liley. Mrs. Liley, that last start was bitterly disappointing, but he's bounced back, and he's bounced back to his best.
Yes, we couldn't understand that one. We couldn't work it out, but it was a very hot day, and maybe there was something with the heat. But he's won a good race today, thanks to Tony and Anton, who rides him very well. And we can only hope that he stays sound.
Talking about him staying sound, Tony's got a plan with him coming up the Breeders' Race Day, and that race should suit him ideally.
I hope so. What distance is it, do you know?
Yeah, it should be a 1200, Mrs. Liley.
I think we should go for 14 now at least.
Let's see if Ian's got an opinion on that. Distance for you, Ian?
Dees, I've always been the one that think he will stay 1600. On their Breeders' Day, that 1600 is for R1,000,000. So, but obviously it's Tony's decision. We'll just take it day by day, hope he pulls out sound. But the way he ran on at the end, yeah, shows that I think he will stay. And Anton said he thinks he'll stay.
So you're definitely going for that mile race then?
I think you've got to look at the draw and just see what the fields are like and leave it to Tony.
That last start, we don't want to labor the point. It's done and dusted now, and really nice to see him come back in the manner that he did.
Yeah, Dees, I think it's the first time I've seen Mary cry at the races. And I said, why are you crying? And she said, I'm just so disappointed. Obviously, we all love this horse. And I said, you know, Mary, if he'd run second or third, then you can be disappointed. Something happened that day. Whether I don't want to say anything. We'll just carry on from here. I want to say well done to my son who owns the horse with me. He's in America. I know it's probably 3 in the morning. I hope you watched it. Well done to Mary, my brother-in-law, Arthur Potts, Gary Cummings, and if I've left anyone out, I'm sorry. Well done to Tony and Terry. This is a lovely game when you win, but it's not an easy game.
Well, all the best to you guys, and give our best to the rest of the partners as well. Well done, Mrs. Liley.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well done, Mrs. Liley. Ian Horsfield. Number 1 is HUMIDOR, and all the other partners, 1, 9, 8, and 5. Anton Marcus at his brilliant best. I think that's the way we'll put it here on number 1, HUMIDOR. He looked to have a bit of work to do going over the final 200 meters or so, but this horse has certainly come through to win well. 1, 9, 8, and 5. That's the way they cross the line. Race number 5.